Okay, so the question is, can DTF and vinyl be layered? We ready to find out. I'm gonna talk through the whole thing because this is not a tutorial on how to cut, vinyl, because if you're here, you know how to do that already. DTF, you already know, order it or print it, whatever your process is. But I am here to show you if it can go on top of each other. Real short video. Okay, before I get into everything, I do want to get an up close look at my artwork, right? So the what is going on is black. The hoodie is black. So there's no black in this one. The hoodie is going to fill in to make this a truck. Right? So the background of this is going to be black. I left this black because, again, the vinyl is going inside of that, so it's going to pop out. But I needed something to basically give me a stencil. So that's the stencil. And yeah, that's the artwork. Down first because the DTF needs the fabric, right? It needs the fabric to bond to. That adhesive, it may stick to the vinyl. However, vinyl is plastic, so I don't want the person to put this in a dryer and it melts off of the plastic. So I'd rather be secure knowing that the DTF is in the hoodie and the vinyl may be touching some of the DTF, but ideally we want the vinyl to just fill in the spaces of the DTF. So most of the design will also be bonded to the hoodie. But yeah, I'm gonna get the DTF down first, and then I'm gonna put the vinyl on top of it. So at this point, I am kind of eyeing my hoodies as far as getting them down. Most of the time I use my cutting mat because it has the rulers and everything on it, but I'm pretty much at a point where I can see it, and it's usually perfect these days. So that's what it is. But I like them upside down. I don't use that 4-finger rule for the hoodies because I just don't use it. Because I ain't gonna hot pill it, I'm gonna warm pill it. Let me get y'all in closer. Get my vinyl down first. This is gonna be hard. For a couple different reasons. One, because this vinyl is not clear. It's clear, but it ain't clear, so I should have put registration marks on it. But you live and you learn. So what happened was, when you put the DTF down, it may shrink. This is a very intricate design, so it's going to take a bit more steps than it usually would. But if you're doing something with just a few lines, you shouldn't have to go through what I'm going through. And I'm not really going through anything, it's just lining it up. But as you can see, the words are on there. It's just getting this truck to line up. So what I'm doing is I am putting it, I'm lining it up as much as possible. And being as though my stencil, the outline of what I'm using, is black, I'm not too concerned with getting it as perfect as possible, because it's basically going to hide that. That's not going to show anyway. But what I do want to do is make sure the orange comes through. So what I'm doing is I'm lining it up here, and as many points as I can, lining it up. I'm trying to say this the easiest way possible. Lining it up and pulling it to get to where I need it. Being as though it shrunk, and just holding it down while I'm doing it. And the vinyl backing is sticky, so it pretty much stays where I put it. And as I said, just trying to get it as perfect as possible, but it's not going to be super perfect. What we have working for us is that it's a black hoodie with a black stencil, so that's going to fall behind it. And I'm going to just do this until I'm satisfied with the lineup. Basically, look it up. As I said, my stencil is black, so you're not really going to see it. You got to like go up on my shit. You get what I'm saying? But it's black, so you can't really see it. So that is that. If I had to make any suggestions, I would say practice before you offer it to your customers. What I know from moving forward, instead of using a black stencil, I'll just take the main parts. Like, I would have just left the orange parts and all the black shit. I would have left that as the truck, because I really didn't need it. I wouldn't have put the stencil for the truck because it's so many pieces, and lining up all those pieces are a headache. So yeah, I would have just kept the orange pieces and left everything else blank. But it can be done, and that's pretty solid. That's on there.